Minecraft is a relaxing open sandbox game where you can take your time and do whatever you want. But some people don't play like this. They're obsessed with speed, obsessed with doing things faster than anyone else. They are obsessed with the art of speedrunning.
I'm a legend! I'm a legend!
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god.
The concept of speedrunning is nothing new to Minecraft and has been a staple of the game since the very beginning. Throughout Minecraft's history, players have created many downright ridiculous things to speedrun and have pushed the game to unprecedented limits. When most people think of a Minecraft speedrun, they think of beating the Ender Dragon as fast as possible on a random seed. While today that is a very common speedrun, it wasn't always that way. You see, Minecraft's Ender Dragon wasn't added until November of 2011, a full 2 years after Minecraft was created. From 2009 to early 2011, Minecraft looked like this, and for the majority of that time was only playable on browser. So, to say the least, there was not a lot to do. Despite that, early players still found ways to speedrun the game, with the first ever Minecraft speedrun being Mine to Bedrock. It was performed by runner DJS on January 8th, 2011, where he mined to bedrock in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. While nobody else really tried mining to bedrock faster than DJS, other speedruns were being created, such as obtaining diamonds or iron ore as quickly as possible. Now that sounds pretty easy in today's world, but remember, in the early days of Minecraft, caves looked like this. I mean, good luck finding diamonds in that cave. After the game went through a complete makeover, Minecraft officially released version 1.0, which would include an array of new features such as villagers, new structures, and most importantly, the Ender Dragon. Now that Minecraft had a clear-cut ending, players now had a legitimate goal to chase after. But people speedrunning the game? Yeah, that was non-existent. This was mainly due to the fact that nobody was good enough to beat the game. It wasn't until 2013 when players genuinely started to try and kill the dragon as fast as possible. The first people doing this was a small group of Japanese speedrunners. A runner from the group named Haruta performed the first speedrun of beating the game on February 13, 2013 with a time of 2 hours 52 minutes and 7 seconds. It was this day that the famous random seed glitchless category was created. Back in 2013, the strategy for killing the Ender Dragon was not optimized at all. There was no such thing as triangulation or any other term that sounded like they were just pulled from a math textbook. Back then, the strategy was the typical Minecraft experience. Collect wood and craft tools, enter hell, kill some creatures for their rods, aimlessly hunt for some... Can I help you? Locate the end portal with Eyes of Ender, break the #1 rule in Minecraft, and then kill the dragon. It didn't take long for Haruta's 3-hour record to fall, as within days, players would record runs upwards of 45 minutes faster than Haruta's. Nobody really knew how low the times could go, as this type of speedrun was extremely new to the Minecraft community. Everyone was your average Minecraft player, just beating the game, until a man named Taro Kitchen entered the speedrunning scene. Taro Kitchen would beat the world record by a mere 16 seconds and 23 minutes. He had lowered the world record by almost half an hour, confirming within the community that Taro had some serious skill. Up to this point, there was still no innovative strategy, and players solely relied on getting lucky. But in the beginning of 2015, a streamer named Loutlot proposed an idea called Tower Strats. This implied that a player would build 128 blocks into the air, set their respawn point with a bed, jump off and land on a ladder or in water, kill any enderman that spawned at the bottom, put any pearls collected inside a chest, and then kill themselves. That strategy sounds pretty ridiculous, But Minecraft's old spawning mechanics work so that if a player is not within 128 blocks of a certain area, all of the mobs in that area would despawn. Continuously falling from 128 blocks high would reset the mobs at the bottom of the tower, leading to more endermen spawning. This would make obtaining ender pearls much easier for the player. But there was only one problem. The only active community speedrunning Minecraft was the Japanese, and their leaderboards worked in a much different way. Japanese leaderboards punished death and didn't prioritize time. Knowing this, players decided to do their speedruns on hardcore mode, where if you died, the world was automatically deleted. Tower strats, though, involved dying. A lot. And this wouldn't work with the Japanese's way of playing. So this resulted in Loutlot's strategy being pushed to the side. Despite the community rejecting a strategy that could have revolutionized Minecraft speedrunning, Taro managed to lower his own world record by about 12 minutes. Again, destroying his previous record by double digits. People would come close to beating Taro during this time, with players such as Haruma coming the closest, with a time just 27 seconds off Taro's record. With the whole community rallying to try and beat Taro's 33-minute time, it was not enough, as he would drop a time of 26 minutes and 48 seconds. Then, the dark ages of Minecraft arrived, with its interest hitting an all-time low. Minecraft speedrunning, already having a low number of players, also dropped to its lowest point. Microsoft was busy screwing things up, and anything to do with Minecraft seemed to be on its way out. 3 years would go by, with more and more runners inching closer to Taro's record, but they couldn't quite get it. Minecraft was seen as a dead game, until a Swedish man made it twice as popular. With this new surge of popularity, a new world record would be set, and officially end Taro's 5-year-long title as king. His name was Lide. Lide was a relatively unknown speedrunner from Ukraine, and him coming out of nowhere and beating a 5-year-old record was truly amazing. Then a few months later, he would lower his own world record to a time of 24 minutes and 56 seconds. And wait, what is he doing? Does that look familiar? Well, that's because it was very similar to Tower Strats, the strategy Loutlot proposed almost 4 years earlier. Except this time, speedrunner C-School proposed it. Loutlot's Tower Strats proposal had not reached other parts of the world, so C-School had no way of knowing that his strategy had already been proposed. After many experiments and heavy optimization, we would see many runners claim the world record with this newfound strategy. Speedrunning had grown in popularity due to Minecraft's rise, and more records were now being set. But many top runners were starting to speedrun the game on the latest version of Minecraft at the time, version 1.14. 1.14 offered the opportunity for much faster time, thus creating a separate category from before. There were now 2 categories to speedrun. The pre-1.9 category, where runs done on any version before version 1.9 would be placed, and the 1.9 plus category, where any runs done after version 1.9 would be placed. Players specifically speedran version 1.14 because villagers could now trade and barter with the player. In the past, villagers were known to give hilariously bad trades, but in this update, there was a specific villager that gave a speedrunner exactly what they needed. If you level up a cleric villager, they have a 66% chance to give you an ender pearl trade. But wait, how do you get the emeralds to pay for those pearls? The answer was wood. In 1.14, a player could single-handedly crash the villager economy by trading 32 sticks for an emerald with a Fletcher villager. Speedrunners would need to collect about 6 stacks of wood logs to get enough emeralds to purchase the ender pearls. This version had the potential for a huge time save, but that was not evident at first. By October of 2019, the world record was 55 minutes and 31 seconds by Lide. Despite the category having high expectations for fast times, collecting the amount of wood needed for trading would prove to be time-consuming. Players looked for a workaround, trying many things, but found that TNT would be the most efficient for collecting large amounts of wood. You could find TNT at the bottom of a desert temple and use those 9 pieces to blow up a dark oak forest, since the trees are 2 blocks thick and very close together. With this new strategy, the world record would be broken almost every week, and by the end of February 2020, the world record was 35 minutes and 22 seconds, held by Real Benix. At this time, speedrunners also realized Savannah villages and Taiga villages had some unique characteristics. In these villages, the houses are completely made of wood logs, meaning that if a player used the 9 TNT gathered from the desert temple, blowing up their houses would be a pretty efficient way to gather enough wood. Hey man, do you mind if I blow up your house and then sell the ruins to your neighbor? What? Oh, well, you don't really have a choice. Don't worry though. Illumina was the first person to claim the world record with this new strategy, dropping a time of 32 minutes and 37 seconds. I'm sure the villagers were very proud of him, even though they are all now homeless. Just about a week later, the mega popular Minecraft YouTuber Dream would burst onto the speedrunning scene, beating Illumina's time. This would also be the beginning of the now famous Speedrunning War, which was an incredible race for the world record between Dream, Illumina, and Real Benix. These three players alone would lower the world record 9 times in the span of only a few months. One of the most notable moments during the Speedrunning War was on May 5th, 2020, when Benix was the first person to go sub 25 minutes, with a time of 24 minutes and 52 seconds. But someone else was speedrunning that night as well. It was Illumina.
Did I get a record? What is Benex at?
This is the most scripted thing I've ever seen in all of speedrunning.
Benix had held the world record for a whopping 3 seconds before it was beaten. Dream, Illumina, and Benix continued to lower the world record throughout April and May, but around this time a new potential strategy would be proposed by a Minecraft YouTuber known as Fruitberries. This strategy was called looting strats, and consisted of finding a desert temple with a looting 3 book, gathering 31 iron ingots to craft an anvil, and collecting at least 7 levels of XP. When looting 3 is applied to a sword, there is a higher chance that you will get multiple item drops from the mob you killed. So hypothetically, if a speedrunner had a looting 3 sword, they had the possibility to get 2, 3, or even 4 items from killing a single blaze or enderman. It definitely had the potential to be revolutionary, but the odds of finding a looting 3 book in a desert temple chest is about 0.88%. Most runners stayed away from the strategy due to the uncertainty of it actually working. Dream, however, wanted to try it out, and managed to claim the world record with a time of 22 minutes and 4 seconds, ending the speedrunning war once and for all. Corbanos eventually beat Dream's record, and many other people would follow. The strategy for 1.9 to 1.15 had now shifted once again. Players would now try to find an ocean monument for its gold and take advantage of underwater ravines to make the nether portal. The current world record holder is Doi Pingu, who went a step further and decided to kidnap a villager. This paid off as he could gather all of the necessary materials and then immediately trade with the villager. Doi Pingu got a time of 17 minutes and 13 seconds, but he left an innocent man in the middle of the ocean in the process. When Minecraft RSG speedrunning split yet again, the 1.16 plus category was created. The new 1.16 update revamped the Nether, adding new structures, mobs, and biomes. This completely changed the game, and made the speedrun extremely luck-based. Some of the most notable game-changing features is that Nether fortresses are insanely rare. Players can now trade gold with piglins to obtain ender pearls, and you can find nearly complete nether portals. The 1.16 plus category in particular takes so much dedication, and so many factors go into having a good run. In this category, the nether will kill any good run. You need to spawn right next to or near a nether fortress, which is extremely difficult. If you do get lucky by spawning near a nether fortress, you still need to obtain golden ingots to trade with the piglins, and you better hope they don't scam you. I have given you 32 golden ingots, and you give me a stack of gravel, some string, and a single fire charge. Come here, you mother. This category took off much quicker than any other speedrunning category in Minecraft history, with dozens of runs being submitted within hours after version 1.16 came out. Ochimo for real was the first person to submit a run with a time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 41 seconds. That glory would be short-lived though, as Benix would get a time of 24 minutes and 32 seconds just hours later. The world record would fall extremely fast over the following couple of weeks, and we would start to notice players optimizing something called one cycling. This is when a player doesn't bother destroying any healing crystals, and instead uses beds to kill the dragon when it is perched at the middle bedrock pillar. This was first used back in 2019, but was never optimized heavily like it was being now. Players were able to optimize one cycling so much that the most powerful boss in Minecraft could now be killed with a whopping 5 beds. In September of 2020, Corbanos would beat Minecraft in under 15 minutes, which was incredible. This run was so fast mostly due to the fact that he got 13 ender pearls from 5 golden ingots. Like how? I'm over here going into debt and losing my life savings just for me to get some string! After 3 months of people speedrunning the 1.16 plus category, people became so frustrated with the piglins and how rare it was for them to drop ender pearls. The amount of luck required to speedrun this category was enormous, but runners still continued to push as the time save could be immense. As obtaining ender pearls was proving to be a huge challenge, a speedrunner known as Koriway would bring something new to the table. He was able to beat the world record with a time of 14 minutes and 39 seconds, but he used something called Bastion Strats. The strategy incorporated the newly added Bastion structure and made obtaining ender pearls so much easier. Bastions contained everything a speedrunner needed, a lot of gold and piglins. Bastions made it so the player could easily obtain 50 to 80 golden ingots and have at least 6 to 10 piglins to trade them with. This strategy almost guaranteed that you would get enough ender pearls along with some other useful materials such as obsidian to build another portal. But this came with a catch. You still needed to get extremely lucky enough to find a bastion and a nether fortress within a reasonable distance of each other, or this strategy would not work. This would prove to be equally as frustrating to get, but it offered a much bigger time save. Runners such as Illumina, Rainex, and The Sizzler would drop the record significantly over the next couple of months. By the end of March of 2021, the world record was 11 minutes and 7 seconds, held by The Sizzler. Many runners soon realized that someday, Minecraft would be beaten in under 10 minutes. It was crazy to think about. Minecraft, a game that was designed to take days to beat, could be beaten in under 10 minutes. It was gonna happen. The only question was, when?
Dude.
A runner known as Brentilda would shock the world with a time of 9 minutes and 36 seconds. How did he do it? The answer was this fossil. The most useless structure in all of Minecraft helped Brentilda beat Minecraft in under 10 minutes. Brentilda used something called divine traveling, which uses fossils and animals to determine where a stronghold will generate. Brentilda used the fossil in the nether to run towards the stronghold without even throwing a single Eye of Ender. Then, after he entered his new portal, he spawned right next to the portal room. This run was a miracle, and showed everyone how far Minecraft could be pushed. While we just covered the random seed category, there is also a set seed category where runners are allowed to practice a certain world as much as they like. A set seed speedrun will usually be played on a world that has some crazy characteristics that allow the player to complete the game extremely quickly. This is usually in the form of a pre-lit end portal or an insane nether spawn. These speedruns have a pre-planned route that the runner will practice over and over until they do it fast enough to claim the world record. The set seed category is separated into the 3 same groups as RSG due to version differences. Across all versions, Minecraft has been able to be beaten anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes, with the fastest time being 2 minutes and 9 seconds by Magnetic Maybe. Minecraft is also known for its fair share of glitches, and the any % speedrun category allows runners to take advantage of those glitches to beat the game as fast as possible. I mean, who knew I could just throw my items on the ground, crash my game, reconnect, and look at that, my items are duplicated. In these categories, load screen time and time spent outside of Minecraft don't count, so players are able to beat Minecraft in under a minute with these glitches. While beating the game is a very popular speedrun, there are hundreds of other things that players speedrun that I'm certain you didn't know about. Believe it or not, there is a category for speedrunning the demo world on each different version of Minecraft. And what? There's only one run? It's entirely possible that someone watching this video right now could claim a world record, and it literally could be anybody. You don't even have to own Minecraft to play the demo world. Now, possibly one of the weirdest speedruns is the Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles category. This is where the runner must dye one sheep orange, one sheep red, and one sheep blue as fast as possible. This category is separated by whether the runner does this on a set seed or a random seed. The world record currently sits at 7 seconds for the random seed category and 5 seconds for the set seed category. Staying on the topic of sheep, there is also the stack of lime wool speedrun, where the runner must obtain 64 blocks of lime wool as quickly as possible. The runner must find a cactus, turn that into lime dye, and then run off to the fields to shear sheep until you reach a stack of lime wool. The world record currently stands at 2 minutes and 18 seconds, and has a surprisingly amount of runs. Oh, you thought obtaining a stack of lime wool was a weird speedrun? But how about the mine a chunk speedrun category, where the player's goal is to mine a 16 by 16 block area all the way to bedrock as fast as possible. This category has many different sections separated by how many people participated in mining the chunk. You can gather an army of people or go solo. This isn't too hard, just find a very deep naturally spawned ravine and get to work. Remember the obtain a diamond speedrun that we talked about at the beginning of the video? Well, that category was optimized so much over 10 years that the world record now sits at 250 milliseconds. I mean, look at this. This is some quality speedrun content. The obtain an item speedrun category is separated by whether the player used structures to obtain the item, as well as if the runner did it on a set or random seed. This category also has runs for obtaining a cake, netherite, emerald, and a golden apple. Just like obtaining a diamond, the world record times are equally insane. Now here's a quick fire round for all the speedruns I did miss. Killing all bosses, obtaining all swords, completing all of Minecraft's achievements, collecting all wooden logs, collecting every single wool block, getting full iron armor in 15 levels, getting all workstations, getting hero of the village, getting a full inventory, beating all versions of Minecraft, and how did we get here? The sheer amount of things there are to speedrun in Minecraft makes speedrunning for anyone. It's a fun, relaxing way to compete with other players, and heck, you could even create your own speedrunning category. Actually, I think I might do that.
I'm insane! Try and beat that